Hello, everyone, and welcome to this series of videos where I want to show you how you can create a journal or a guided journal and you can publish it up on Amazon. I want to help you make sure that you create a profitable journal. Just let me check that my audio is working. Yes, it's working. So, just a quick note on, well, what is a journal? I bought this journal because I wanted to create something similar to this one because this one is earning $350,000 a month. And the guy who created it is also creating lots of other journals similar to this one. So that's why I chose this journal to emulate, not emulate, but I'm creating something quite different to this one. But this is a guided journal. So this means that there are prompts inside the book. Parents and grandparents, what is your favorite memory of your mother? What's your favorite memory of your father? There's a family tree. It's a bit upside down. But there's different things inside this book. So this is what we call a guided journal. It guides you through the journal that you fill in yourself. It's a reflective experience. This one is a family keepsake journal. And so there's more in the interior design of a guided journal like this. And a journal that we all know and love is more blank. So you've got more blank pages. It's a bit like a planner, isn't it? So you might have I don't know, a gratitude journal where every single page says, every day it says, what are you grateful for today? What three things are you grateful for in life? What three things are you most grateful for from your childhood? And it might kind of say the same thing every day. So that is a journal where it says the same thing every day, or it's pretty much blank for you to fill in. And a guided journal, which I'm going to encourage you to create, has got prompts in it. And we can use AI tools. So you don't have to even think about these prompts yourself. That's what's so great about what we're learning here inside the Book Boss Academy, is that we're going to use ChatGPT, or you could use other AI tools to do this, but ChatGPT or AI tools are going to come up with the prompts for you to put inside your book. We obviously don't want to use the same prompts inside this book because it's copyrighted. So we can't use the same prompts that you would find in other people's books. That is their intellectual property. Okay, so I'm going to be walking you through, I think we've got 7 videos planned at the moment. At the time that I'm recording this first video, I've got 7 videos planned. I would say the first thing to do, I would recommend that you actually buy a journal. If you want to create a guided journal, I would buy a guided journal just so that you can hold it and look at it. It doesn't have to be exactly the same sort of niche or industry that you want your guided journal to be in. Like you might be creating, excuse me, a guided journal all about pregnancy or health and wellness or fitness. And then you might buy a guided journal that's similar, but that's not, say you're doing a fitness one, you might buy a health one. You might not find a fitness one. So that's completely up to you. But I suggest that you just buy one. Especially if you want to create a few of these journals, it's going to be super valuable so that you can see, well, what's the layout? What have they got on page 1? So if you was just doing it yourself, you wouldn't think of just having something blank, would you, on page 1 like that? Apologies for my camera. I've just reset the settings on my camera, so because it switched off. We've got a robotic Hoover in this room, and it went under my desk and tried to suck up all of the wires, so it ruined my cameras. That's why we're back on default settings. So yeah, anyway, we've got about this book, how to use this book. We've got a section about the author, this book belongs to, and you don't have to have these pages in your journal, but it's a good idea to buy a journal or two so that you can see what the layout is. We often have an idea of what we want our book to look like in terms of structure, but the actual the first sort of 6 pages and the back pages, you think, well, what would that look like? So it's better to buy yourself a journal or two so that you can see it. Okay, so that's the first thing, to buy a journal. Then we've got step one. So this video is step one. I'm going to show you roughly how to do your research. How you do your research might be different. You might want to do it a different way. But I'm going to show you the sort of the steps that I would take to research journals and guided journals. You might have already decided what niche or what topic you want to create a journal in. You might have already decided that. And if that's the case, then fine. Ideally, you've thought bigger. I want you to think bigger, and you've thought about what brand are you going to create? Are you going to create a series of guided journals? If you create a series, if you create a book brand, this will be much, much better for your business, for your profitability, for your book profits, for your book sales. And you'll then be able to perhaps, create some social media handles that promote your book brand. That would be brilliant if you could do that. So then you're driving traffic to Amazon yourself from your, Facebook channel or your Instagram channel or your TikTok channel or your YouTube channel. You're driving traffic to your Amazon book brand. And then Amazon is also using its organic algorithm to find you new buyers and sales as well. So if you can combine the two marketing strategies, you're going to make even more sales. And then if you inject some of your income back into, a few paid advertisements on Amazon, then you've got 3 lots of leads coming in to actually physically buy your books. I hope that makes sense, but we'll cover that later on. So today I want to talk to you about how to research profitable journals. This is step one. Then we've got step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And at the end of it, we're going to be uploading your book onto Amazon. So right at the end, so that you know what is the end goal here. The end goal is to have a file designed in Canva, or you might get a book designer, a book cover designer. The end goal is to have a file that is a graphic file, that is a JPEG file, JPG file. So that's one file that you need, which has got the cover design for your book. We also need the back cover design, and it's actually one file, so it's going to look like that. It's going to be just like this, showing the back and the front. So that's going to be one file that we upload to Amazon. And then the second file is going to be the book interior. So it's all this writing here. And that's going to be a PDF file. So the end goal is, from all of these videos, is that we just want 2 files. One with the cover and back cover design in that one file, and one with your interior of your book, all the writing, all of the design that is going to go inside. So that's that file. And what we're going to do on Amazon is, it's going to say, what is your book called? What is the subtitle? Who's the author? Are there any other authors? What's the book description? And we're going to upload it with the book description. Upload your book cover and upload the book interior, 2 files. And then click publish, and then fingers crossed, it publishes it. Often Amazon has a little bit of a glitch, and it'll email you and say this, that, and the other, and you might need to tweak whatever it is. And in that case, we need to make the changes and re-upload. Okay, so let's get into the research. I'm going to share my screen now and tell you how I would do that. The first thing that you want to download is a piece of software. You might have heard of it. You might have heard me talk about it, called Keep Scout. Now, Keep Scout can look at any book that is on Amazon, and it can tell you how much money it makes per month. It also gives you the BSR rating. You're going to have to know, or you're going to want to know, that phrase, and that means the bestsellers rating, the bestsellers. If you've got a bestseller rating, I think it's is it 800,000 or lower? Not to 800,000, I think. that means your book is profitable. And if you have got a bestsellers rating above that figure, I think it's 800,000. Don't quote me on that. That's what I've got in my head. Um, but you'll be able to see for yourself using this Kip Scout software. You'll be able to see the bestsellers rating. You'll be able to see how much money it's making every month. And you can even see, is it running ads? You know, the books that are running ads, if they're making lots of money, well, you might think, well, yeah, they're making lots of money, but are they spending lots of money on ads? So we want to be really looking at the books that aren't running ads. Are they still making money? Are they still making sales? If they are, then brilliant. Okay, so let me share my screen and you can download Kip Scout, just Google it, Kip Scout for Windows or whatever your computer is or your laptop. You won't be able to use that on your mobile phone. You will need a laptop or a desktop for that. And there's other software as well if you want to research, say you've got an Apple Mac and Kip Scout isn't working, you might want to research something like KDP Spy is another one. And I think Book Titans or something Titans, you can write Titans in Google. That's another one. And also Book Beam is another one that will show you how much money a book is making every month. And if you type this book in, it's making $350,000 a month. So they're definitely doing something right with this book. Okay, so I'll share my screen. This is how I go through the process of, hopefully you can see all my tabs there. This is how I go through the process of searching a profitable book. So I want to make sure I've got Kip Scout here installed. That's the first thing. The second thing is you want to go to these three dots and go to, there should be something that is about your extensions. Can you see there? Extensions, manage extensions. So wherever you've got that setting, you want to go to that. Manage extensions. And then you want to go here to Kip Scout and make sure it's toggled on. And then go to details. And very important that we go down here to here. Allow in incognito. So we ideally want to do our book research in an incognito window. And what that means is it's a separate browser on your computer and it doesn't track your history or what you like or what you've been searching for previously. So it's basically clean data that we're searching for in an incognito window. Now, don't worry if that sounds too technical for you and you're like, oh my goodness me, not a very technical person, which I'm not, by the way. You don't have to use an incognito window. It's not going to make a massive difference because we're literally searching for journals. So, probably your previous browsing history isn't going to affect that. So you can just use it on your computer as normal. You're just going to go to Amazon.com and make sure that Kip Scout is showing up right up there in the top right hand corner. So I'm going to stop share and then I'm going to share my incognito window, or I'll actually just show you how to get an incognito window. So how to open an incognito window, I just go to the Chrome icon at the bottom of my computer and then I right click, and can you see there it says new incognito window. So I can open a new window or I can open a new incognito window. So what I want to do is open a new incognito window. And now I'm going to stop share and now I'm going to share my incognito window to show you how I will do the research to see what book I want to create. And I do this with all of my books. My phone is going a bit mad. If you can hear a bit of buzzing, my apologies. I don't know how to stop that. It started buzzing a lot more since I did an update. Okay, so we want to go to, oh, what is coming up here? This is a bit odd. Oh, short form video. I think I was searching that for someone. Can't remember who it was. Maybe Lynn. So I want you to go to Amazon.com and then click on books. And now you're going to spend a couple of hours doing some research. Now, what you want to make sure is Kip Scout is here in the top right-hand corner. And when you click on it, go to your settings and make sure they are set exactly like this. The maximum number of reviews for a book to be included is 200. So we only are interested in books with less than 200 reviews. We want to make sure we're going to create something profitable. The minimum revenue for a book to be included, $100 a month. The minimum number of profitable books in the top search results for it to be considered profitable. We want to find 3. You could put 2 there because people get worried when it says unprofitable. They think, well, that means it's unprofitable, and it isn't. And so that's the problem with Kip Scout. If it says it's profitable, that's a really good sign. Brilliant. If it says it's unprofitable, what we need to do is really look at the data. You know, is it unprofitable? Are there any books here that are making money with ideally lower than 100 reviews, but lower than 200 reviews? So that's what these settings are for. So just set it like this: 200, 100, 3 or 2, and then 30. So I've missed a step. Now, what did I not show you? Oh, I know. So if I stop share and if I share my other screen again, what I would do, I'm going to go back to my desktop. Where is my desktop? Has it lost it? Extensions. Oh, right. Okay. We're back here. So what you can do is go to ChatGPT. In fact, I'll open it in a new window. Go to chatgpt.com. And I think the first thing we want to do is have a conversation with ChatGPT. And this is for you if you've not decided what book you want to create. And you can say, please, can you help me to come up with a profitable book title idea for a guided journal on Amazon Books? Right, I'll read that out to you. And you can write anything. There's a lot of people get bogged down with, well, what is your prompt, Abby? Or anyone else, not necessarily me. And they want to know exactly what words I've asked for ChatGPT. But you can ask anything you like. You can say, I'm struggling to come up with a profitable journal idea in the women's wellness industry. You know, that's a completely different thing that you're asking there to what I've just written there. That's my washing machine, if you can hear that. So I've written, please can you help me to come up with a profitable book title idea for a guided journal on Amazon Books. I want it to be highly profitable, but I don't know what sort of guided journals are the most highly profitable for a brand new book. Can you help me to come up with 20 profitable guided journal book ideas, please? So this is an ideal prompt for you if you've got no idea what you want to create, if you don't know what niche, if you don't know what topic you want to create. But hopefully at this stage, you've thought about having a book series and having a book brand, and you might have come up with an idea for the name of your book brand too, ideally. But if not, and if you're stuck, then this is the perfect thing to ask ChatGPT. So I'm going to press go for that. I have ChatGPT calling me gorgeous. I've asked it to do that in the settings. Um, I just thought it would make me feel good. So here, let's read what it says. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's put on our passive income tiara and dive straight into 20 highly profitable guided journal book ideas for Amazon that hit a juicy sweet spot between market demand, emotional connection, and organic deliverability. Perfect. These are designed for new books that can rank well in Amazon search, appeal to wide or highly motivated niches, and allow for premium design and branding. Yes, so this is perfect because one of my things is I want premium books. I want to have the top price point, not the bottom one, because I want good royalties and I want it to have an emotional connection with it so that that will be so great if I have a social media handle that matches. So this is perfect. I love my chat GPT. So here it says mental health and wellness, evergreen and emotional. The anxiety release journal, you are not broken. The daily therapy journal, burn after journaling. The overthinker's journal. I like that. The overthinker's journal. Mindfulness and manifestation, great for branding and a book series. It's like it's in my head, isn't it? It knows me. The Abundance Magnet Journal, 30 Days of Morning Magic, the Grateful AF Journal. I like that. Your future self is cheering you on, mindful as hell. Family and relationships, great for gifting. Dear daughter, letters to my future self. The couple's connection journal. Sorry, guys, if you can hear my washing machine, it's not normally this loud. 365 memories with my child. So you can see personal development and productivity, hot seller niches, the confidence builder. Extra tip, turn one idea into 3 products. Have your main guided journal, have a companion workbook, and have a digital printable friendly ebook bundle. Brilliant. Love those ideas. So you can see it's come up with personal development, productivity, family and relationships, mindfulness and manifestation, mental health and wellness. Brilliant. So what we need to do now is choose what you would do is go through each of these and check on Kip Scout whether it's showing up as profitable, whether there are new books that have been created in these niches that are doing well, that are making money. If people can release a newish book and have a low number of book reviews, because that means it's new, so hardly any book reviews, and if they still can make money with hardly any book reviews, then that is a brilliant topic and a brilliant niche for us to create a journal or a guided journal in. So which one appealed to me just then? We'll just do one, but like I say, you would do them all. I like this one, the Confidence Builder Journal. What was the other one? It was about over this one, the Overthinker's Journal. So now what I'm going to do is go over to Kip Scout and do some research over there in my incognito window. In fact, I could have probably opened ChatGPT here, I think. So I'm going to search the Overthinkers Journal, and you can search any journal you want to. You could say to ChatGPT, can you come up with 100 different guided journal ideas in different topics and different niches? So you don't have to use your head and your brain to try and think of topics and niches. You can ask ChatGPT to do that for you. So the Overthinkers Journal, I'm going to press return to see what it comes up with. Overthinkers Journal. Let that shit go. I love that one. Oh, look, that's the most popular one, isn't it? As soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, that's brilliant. So no wonder it's doing so well. No worries. I really like that. Okay, so let's see if this is a profitable niche. interesting. This is a perfect one for me to show you. So can you see here that Kip Scout is telling me it's unprofitable? However, we can see that there's a book here, The Overthinker Guided Journal, Daily Prompts for Managing Stress. She's only got 3 book reviews, and yet she's making $1,300 a month. $1,300 a month, nearly $1,400 a month in revenue per month. Okay, that is brilliant. And then we've got the Overthinker's devotional meditation, scripture, and prayers. And that's only got 63 reviews. And again, that's making $1,400 a month. And there's not many other journals here for overthinkers, and yet these ones are making quite a lot of money. And this one obviously is making $13,000 a month, which is amazing. That let that shit go. Brilliant. And No Worries, a guided journal. So I would say that is a profitable niche, even though I've asked it to come up with 3. I said I want it to come up with 3 in green that have got less than 200 reviews that are making money. It's not been able to come up with 3, but it's been able to show me 2 of them. So that to me, and there's not many overthinkers journals here, which tells me that there's room for more. And most of them are profitable. Can you see? The Overthinkers Journal, a guided workbook for anxiety relief. I would have thought that would make money, but that one's not. Let's see if it's got a really bad book cover. This one, it's not that great, is it? The Overthinker's Journal, and then it's kind of green, and you just kind of don't know, is it a tree? Is it a dandelion clock? So I'm also looking at which ones are not making money, and can I see a reason why they're not making money? So yeah, I think there's room in the market for me to create an Overthinker's Journal, maybe inspired by this one with the rainbows on, and maybe some sort of naughty phrase on the front. But not that one because we don't want to copy it, but maybe a bright cover. It could be striped right the way across. People obviously in this niche are really liking lots of colors. They're liking the rainbows. So my brain would be like, okay, I'm going to do something with kind of a big stripy rainbow going across all of it. Not a rainbow, but colored stripes. And I might have a naughty phrase in the front and call it the Overthinker's Guided Journal to get you out of overthinking and into action. That would be brilliant. I think that would be profitable. Fantastic idea. And what you want to do then is do the same thing and look at Kip Scout for all those ideas that ChatGPT has come up with. And you want to go with the one that's going to probably give you the most income per month. Look at these. This has got 3 reviews, it's just 63, and it's already making over $1,000 per month. If they said it was making like $50 or $30, and then all the others are quite low as well, and then you've got another idea that's making like 5,000 a month, and there's new ones without any reviews, and they're making 3,000 a month. You're going to go with that one, ideally, and then build your book series around that, and then build your book brand around that as well. So what we're doing is we're starting off with something that is going to make us profits for sure. You know, if we hit it spot on with a nice brightly covered cover and a bit of a naughty message at the front and say that it's an overthinker's journal for getting out of overthinking and into action, then we're on to a winner. We're on to a winner chicken dinner. And even if we were to run a few ads to that book, it looks like it's really going to make sales. Yeah. So that I just wanted to show you one. I just very quickly do one more. And obviously you can have a journal about fishing. You can have a journal about cars, you know, you can have a journal about fitness and just anything. You can have a guided journal for men, for women, for children, for teens. Guided journals are absolutely great to create because you get good royalties from it. It's quick to create using AI tools, and you can bish bash bosh them out probably every day. You could probably do one a day once you get used to the tools that you're using. So the next one is the confidence journal. That was another one that ChatGPT came up with. I think it was confidence journal or confidence guided journal. Can't remember. Self-confidence journals. Right, let's have a look at this one. And you can research different things like the confidence guided journal. You can do the confidence journal, and you can do the self-confidence journal and the self-confidence guided journal. And you're going to get different results every time you slightly change your search. So it's a good idea to just slightly change it so you really get a feel for what books are in that whole entire topic. So here we go. It says it's profitable. The average revenue per month is $3,200, which sounds great. However, if you look down here, it's probably been bumped up by this one, which is a self-love workbook for women. Which one is it? This one. This one is making a ton of money, like a ton, and is commanding like a lot of this market. So we do need to see, okay, this has got no reviews, but it's got $109 a month with no reviews. That's okay, but it's not as good, is it, as the Overthinkers one? That was probably going to give us more profits and revenue per month than this one. And then we've got here this one, Don't Kill My Vibe, guided journal for teens and tweens. So it looks like doing this self-confidence and that kind of thing for teenagers and tweens is going to be a good idea. That's making $800 a month, only 35 reviews. So that's a really profitable, great niche to go into as well, and a great topic for teenagers. Again, this one's for teenagers too, with just 20 reviews, $200 a month. So this modest monthly income, and remember, Amazon's royalties are going to come out of that. But if you're making $100 a month with every guided journal that you create, or just over, you know, and if you create 50 of them, well, my maths says that that's a lot per month. Let's just see. If you make 50 books, and if you're making, what should we call it? $75. Be about $75, wouldn't it? A bit or a bit less. So that's $3,750 a month. And you have just created 50 guided journals. You can literally spit them out one after another using these AI tools that I'm showing you. So that's really brilliant. And obviously some of them are going to make more than $100, or, you know, with your royalties part out of that $100. So a lot of them are going to make more than that. So it's kind of generating a minimum of 2K a month if you can produce 50 guided journals. Anyway, I'm probably getting a bit too nerdy and a bit too strategic. As I do, you know, I like to get nerdy and I like to get strategic. But this is how I want your thought process to be thinking about this. You could just have a guided journal, book brand. You know, guided journals are, I've got a cat behind me somewhere. Yeah, she's on a cat tree over there. Grey Cat Guided Journals. That could be your book brand, Grey Cat Guided Journals. It can be anything. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's giving you an insight into, well, how do I know that the journal and the guided journal that I'm creating is probably going to make sales and going to make good sales? And that's how to do it. And in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to create your title and your subtitle. So you want to decide on your title and subtitle, and then how to use ChatGPT to come up with your structure for your guided journal. Okay, bye.